like dropping bombs on your nipples. Mic drop, then alarms, now they press snooze. Mainstream spinning, but I won't play that game. A nuclear flow turning that truth a motivational flame. Megan Fox crushing all the talking heads as they spoon feed that paid piggies. Gotta keep them misled with blazing Lego vision. I see all the signs exposed in the agenda amidst these epic rhymes. Intellectual assault on the mainstream, not in the current of the mainstream. Medium smarts will never be silenced. They won't let fans fighting appliance. It's intellectual assault on the mainstream, never ride in the current of the lame stream. Bro, I can burn water, but I'm spitting facts. Top shelf, sorting mass facts, reporting news, and not like you make it. I'm award-winning, and I don't have to fake it. Megan Fox, an authentic voice, giving the masses a hard-hitting choice. That umbrella guy, hammering his song, while Megan Fox rights those wrongs. Now we hit the end of this tune, declaring what it isn't even new. Making dinner and still chopping rhymes like granite. In my area code, please, you're not even on my plan. Yeah, you're outclassed and you never knew. By the time I press singleizer through, breaking stories while you're chasing hunches. I'm a news titan, never pulling punches.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's early. I'm on time. I can't believe it. What is happening? Why is it? Why am I on time? I don't know. Anyway, I have a tight schedule today, so I'm not going to be here for very long, but we do have things to discuss. So I made a video yesterday of me reading the motion in Limine, the reply from Gingras. I did that yesterday, and I'm actually going to play it for you. I won't be twinning. I'm not going to be remarking on myself reading the video or doing the video, but when we get enough of you in here, and I forgot to share this on Twitter, so let me do that now. When we get enough of you in here, I am going to debut a new song that one of you wrote and submitted to me. And it was so good that I added to it, I extended it, and then I made a video out of it. It was Frank. Frank, thank you for sending the new song, Do You Wanna Have a Phone Call? Which is a parody spin-off of Do You Wanna Build a Snowman? It is so good. It is so good, but we have to have more of you in here. We have to have more of you in here. Hey, Lauren. Lauren Nighty's in the chat. I have to mute while I'm on a work meeting. You're not going to want to miss Do You Want to Have a Phone Call, though? Because the video is so worth it. The song is so worth it. But I'm not going to play it till we pump up these numbers a little bit. So let's get that going. In the meantime, I'm going to play the video that I recorded yesterday of me reading DCanoe Esquire's new motion, the reply to the reply of the motion in Limine, and yeah, we're going to do that now. Okay, how do I do that? I have to find the video file first. And I have to remember what I called it. Reply to motion in Limine. No, it was the reply to the reply. Megan, what did you do with it? Where is it? No, it's not untitled. It's reply, not part 2. What the hell did I do with it? Megan? I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. That would make sense. Reply. Where did it go? All right, hold please. This is for Baby Squid. Baby Squid, start dancing. Time for you to dance, Baby Squid. Well, I know I saved it. Did it not save? This is so weird. This is so bizarre. All right, hold on. Let me check in my video file. Media. No. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Baby squid is dancing. Oh, speaking of baby squid. Oh my god, you guys. Speaking of baby squid. Baby Squid is our little channel mascot here. She is a Squid Pro Quo's little toddler. And she is so cute. And so we were arguing about the hold music the other day. Some of you hate it, some of you love it. But Squid Pro Quo says to me, you can't get rid of it ever because baby squid loves it and it stops her from having tantrums. She got video evidence of this. And it is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So while I'm looking for this, we're going to play that because it's the cutest thing ever. Baby squid, tantrum to happiness.
Well, baby squid is our channel mascot. I think it's good music. It makes you feel happy.
Oh my god. I love those fake tantrums that 2-year-olds have. Oh, the fake I'm sorry, I gotta see that again. I mean...
Well, baby squid is our channel mascot. I think it's good music. It makes you feel happy.
Oh man, I love that little dance. That little dance. That is the greatest. Oh, Squid Pro Quo. She is so cute. I can't even. She's so adorable. All right, now I see what I did wrong. I named it something different. I was looking for the wrong name. Okay, now I know what to do. I named it Dingus something. Here. Ah, there it is. Dingus responds to motion and Limine response to response to response or whatever. All right, here I am. Look, twinning. All right, it's time. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan Fox, and I am making a video for you today of me reading to you the reply in support of petitioner's motion in Limine in the Eckert v. Owens case, or Owens v. Eckert case, by David Dingus. It's his latest filing. We're going to read it. Let's do that, shall we? Here we go. Are you ready for this? I'm not sure I'm ready for this, but let's do it. Shall we? Let me put myself down here. That's better. There is one main issue in this case, he says. No, there's more than one, but okay. Did petitioner Laura Owens become pregnant as a result of sexual contact with the respondent Clayton Eckert in May of 2023? I've got my McDonald's latte all ready for this. You're going to need something to drink. I don't know if it's an alcoholic beverage. That would probably be better than just latte. I should pour some brandy in this sucker. That is a yes or no question, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with Ms. Owens' past relationships with different men that occurred years ago, 2 of which were in a different state, none of which involved a paternity establishment action, and none of which included a finding that Ms. Owens actually faked being pregnant. Oh, God. This guy. To help illustrate the absurdity of Mr. Eckert's position, consider if the situation was reversed. Well, I don't think that Mr. Eckert could have gotten pregnant, sir, so I don't think that could be reversed. In his papers, Mr. Eckert claims Miss Owens could never have been pregnant because Mr. Eckert says he never had penetrative sexual intercourse with her. Thus, the question of whether the schmexual intercourse occurred may be an important disputed fact. It may also not be an important fact, given that Mr. Eckert has admitted engaging in sufficient other schmexual contact that by his own admission, a pregnancy was possible. He never admitted that a pregnancy was possible. No, he did not. He said it was absolutely not possible. I mean, unless she's claiming that her tonsils got pregnant. Now, assume Miss Owens disclosed she was planning to call 3 new last-minute trial witnesses, women who each claimed to have been ARPed in the past by Mr. Eckert. If allowed, this evidence would of course tend to prove Mr. Eckert lied about not having intercourse with Ms. Owens, and that he has a pattern of ARPing women and lying about it. This would tend to support a finding that the same thing happened here. Well, I would challenge him to find those women, because I bet they don't exist. And believe me, if they did, he already would have found them. But this type of propensity evidence is never admissible to prove guilt. Well, no, not to prove guilt, but it is admissible to prove motive, knowledge, pattern, practice, and character. That is exactly what occurred in the recent matter cited in Ms. Owens' motion involving movie producer Harvey Weinstein. Oh, God, that's a criminal case, you damn moron! He was charged with ARPing 3 women, but the trial court also allowed prosecutors to introduce testimony from 3 other women who testified Mr. Weinstein also ARPed them. This is totally a different thing. There's no jury here. There's no jury. It's just the judge. There is no, you can't be prejudicial to the judge. The judge is the arbiter of the law. The judge will determine which evidence she can take into consideration, which evidence she cannot. There is no jury to prejudice, which is what happened in the Weinstein case. I'm not even going to read the excerpt from the Weinstein trial because it's stupid. Understandably, Mr. Eckert notes correctly that although Rule 404B does not allow evidence of past wrongdoing to be used to prove current misconduct, such evidence can be offered for other reasons, such as to show motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan, etc. The problem, as explained further below, is A, Mr. Eckert is not seeking to use testimony from Ms. Owens' past relationships for any permissible reason. Yes, he is. He wants to show motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, and plan. Yeah. All right, I'm twinning. B, it is clear this other evidence does not actually establish any sort. Listen, you people. Make sure you hit that like button. There's only 98 likes and 300 of you here. What the hell, man? What's going on? 98 likes, and have you subscribed? We're trying to get to 50,000 here. And if you're very, very good, and I have time, I will read to you the cease and desist that Laura Owen sent to Meg's Crime Watch. So it's hilarious. You will want to hear it. Sort of motive, opportunity, plan. Oh, it doesn't? Uh-oh, there's Brad.
Don't make her talk about hair. You better get those likes up.
Don't make me talk about hair. Brad, we need to make your box somehow get in there with us. How do we do that?
Edit.
Fix your box, Brad. There we go. The fact that she did this to 3 other men in almost exactly the same way doesn't show motive, opportunity, and plan and absence of mistake. Oh, yes, it does. And you know it. A conclusion which is somewhat hampered by the fact that Mr. Eckert has failed to comply with his obligations under Rule 49 to disclose a fair summary of the substance of each witness's testimony. You know what they're going to say, dingus. They're going to say, me too. Your client pretended to be pregnant, tried to get me to sign a dating contract to have an abortion, lied about having an abortion, all kinds of things. They're going to say the same thing that happened to Clayton. You know this. I shouldn't get angry. He knows that he knows this, and he knows we all know that he knows this. For these reasons, the court must grant Ms. Owens' motion in limine and exclude any propensity evidence from Greg Gillespie, Michael Maricini, and I am aware that she's aware that she knows that he knows that they know this, about all of this. Everyone knows. Brad knows, that I know, that she knows, that Dingus knows, that this is what they're going to testify to. How dare he say, what is the substance of the testimony? I don't know, sir. Fake pregnancy, fake cancer, litigious behavior, fraudulent documents. That's it.
You know, moron's going to say, well, if they're going to testify about the same thing, that it's duplicative evidence and it shouldn't be admissible.
It's duplicative. Good word. Matt. Discussion. Respondent has failed to timely disclose. See, he's boring me already. Stop yawning. Disclose information required by Rule 49I. People are watching this. Mr. Eckert has failed to disclose the substance of anticipated testimony. Oh my God. I was about to say people are paying for this, but no one's paying for it, so that's okay. Be as boring as you want. There are no super chats. What a pause face I got here. What's happening? Yeah, just watch our videos. You'll know what the anticipated testimony is. You literally got an email from Mike Maricini telling you what his testimony would contain. You also, David Dingus, got an email from Greg Gillespie telling you what his testimony would contain. Did he put these in here? Oh my God, 34 pages. We're never going to get through this. The first issue raised in Ms. Owens' motion in limine is that Mr. Eckert failed to comply with Rule 49 because, among other things, he failed to disclose a fair summary of the substance of the expected testimony of Messrs. Gillespie, Maricini, and Matt. As noted in Ms. Owens' motion in page 3, lines 4 through 6, the entire disclosure as to Mr. Matt comprised a single sentence stating this witness is expected to testify about his prior interactions with petitioner, including his personal knowledge about her alleged fabricated pregnancy back in 2014. Well, what more do you need to know? He's going to testify that she fabricated a pregnancy in 2014.
Go fuck yourself. But go fuck yourself.
In his response, Mr. Eckert refutes this claim with another single sentence claiming all of this information was timely provided to Laura as early as the second supplemental disclosure statement provided March 29, 2024. Just one problem. The disclosure statement referenced by Mr. Eckert confirms proper disclosure did not occur. As it relates to Matt, the entire substance of Mr. Eckert's disclosure from his second supplemental disclosure statement is shown below, which confirms exactly what was alleged in Ms. Owens' motion, i.e. no meaningful disclosure of the substance. The substance is she faked a pregnancy in 2014. That's what he's going to say. I don't know what else. She was there. She knows. Ask your client to disclose the substance of his testimony. That's a good idea. I have all kinds of good ideas. Is expected to testify about his prior interactions with petitioner, including her alleged fabricated pregnancy back in 2014 and the resulting litigation. All right, the chat's getting serious about wanting a music video. They're getting serious. All right, we've got Ike Evanaris, thanks for the 10, says, I don't want you talking about your hair. This case, which is pure champagne comedy, got me through a long 9 days of work. This coverage beats anything on Australian television. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Jennifer, thanks for the super chat, says, we are paying now. Keep up the good work. All right, now we have to be very careful that it's not boring. Colorado Canadian, thanks for the 10, says, did you get a reply re-FOIA for judge duties? Oops. Yeah, I did get a reply. By the way, let me actually tell you about that. I got a reply from the court that said, we can't tell you when we're going to reply.
Why?
Because they said they had lots of other whatchamacallits,
responding to other FOIAs?
lots of other FOIAs in front of yours. So, you know. Judge D also presided over the other OOP hearings for Laura Owens. I wonder if he's a family friend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think that he presides over, you know, OOP hearings, like cases. That's his thing. So I don't think it's unusual that he did 2 for her. Diana 71, thanks for the 5 and the little, are those ducks?
Dodos.
Oh, they're dodo birds. Perfect. Yeah, you guys, this new music video that I have, I'm so tempted to play it right now. It's so freaking funny. And Frank,
we've got 400 people
you out there. I know we have 400 people, but that's not quite enough, I don't think. We need to have as many people here as possible. Did you share it? Did you share the stream? Because this video, it may be the best one yet, you guys. It may be the best one yet. Wait a minute. That's not right. There we go.
It's the best.
As it relates to Mr. Maricini, the entire substance of disclosed testimony is shown below. This witness is expected to testify about his prior interactions with petitioner and her alleged 2 pregnancies during their relationships and the subsequent litigation. Oh, where's the letter Where's the letter Mike wrote to you, Dingus? DCanoe Esquire, where is the letter? I know you got it. He emailed it to you. Where's the letter that told you all the things that she did to him? curious that it's not here.
Lost in
What is
delivery.
particularly inappropriate about these bare bones and the extreme disclosures is that they conflict with the facts as Miss Owens understands them. Oh, we know that she misunderstands a lot of facts. That's not at issue. Making disclosure by Mr. Eckert all the more important. Specifically, the disclosure related to Mr. Matt indicates he will testify about a fabricated pregnancy and the resulting litigation. But according to Miss Owens, there was no litigation of any kind between her and Mr. Matt, nor did she ever fake being pregnant with him. Well, I don't know how he can believe anything out of her mouth at this point. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not.
Don't say Laura's
How the
mouth.
hell are we supposed to know?
No
Thus,
one needs that.
Miss Owens simply has no idea of what to expect, if anything, from Mr. Matt's testimony. Prior litigation? What litigation? Where? When? This is precisely the sort of trial by ambush the disclosure rules were created to prevent. Trial by ambush is a tactic no longer countenanced in Arizona courts. Similarly, the only litigation that occurred between Ms. Owens and Mr. Maricini had nothing whatsoever to do with a prior pregnancy. Rather, in January 2018, Ms. Owens requested and later received a domestic violence restraining order from a San Francisco County Superior Court against Mr. Maricini based on her allegations that he was brutally violent during their nearly 2-year relationship, including an allegation by Ms. Owens that he slapped me and strangled me during schmecks on multiple occasions and smothered me into unconsciousness. These specific statements were set forth in a detailed declaration. Oh, I know, we read it. It was very detailed. It was 50 Shades of fucking crazy, is what it was. Which is attached. Here, too, is Exhibit A.
It was,
No
though.
part of that case had anything to do with Miss Owens being pregnant or allegedly faking being pregnant, because there was never any pregnancy-related litigation between Miss Owens and Mr. Maricini. I like streaming like this. I don't have to do anything. I just have to sit here and listen to myself stream. This is perfect.
Yell at
This is
yourself.
This is the lazy way to stream. I love this. Or Ms. Owens and Mr. Matt. This makes Mr. Eckert's complete
Frankly,
and
I don't
total
even have
failure
to be
offer
here.
any disclosure regarding the substance of their testimony all the more inexcusable. That point
No one would
standing
know.
alone warrants complete exclusion of their testimony on non-disclosure grounds. As to Michael Maricini, Mr. Eckert has also failed to disclose valid contact information for the witness and/or has provided erroneous information about the intent of the witness to testify. Oh, stop it. You're in contact with Mike. We know you're in contact with him. You have his email address. Look,
There's no jury
it's a
here.
Megan sandwich. Oh, shit.
No,
I
it's a Brad sandwich.
It's a Brad sandwich. And like all this is like how what did Kennedy call it, the waitress sandwich,
Oh,
except it's
jeez.
a Brad sandwich. And I just lost our place, unfortunately. Such orders that can only be modified or withdrawn by the issuing court,
Where
which
was
has
I?
not occurred, despite an offer by undersigned counsel to assist in
That's
seeking
good enough.
permission from the California court to allow Mr. Maricini to testify, subject to Mr. Eckert's compliance with the disclosure rules. All right, when we hit 500 viewers, I will play the new video. As such, if Mr. Maricini were to have any contact with Miss Owens, including appearing as a witness at trial in this case, Mr. Maricini would potentially be subject to arrest for
He's
violating
doing
the
it
restraining
again.
order. He's doing it again. He's threatening arrest again, and he says he didn't, and he took it back completely. But did he, though? Is he serious? Is he serious? You cannot be subject to arrest if you are subpoenaed into court. That's ridiculous.
The interesting thing is, in family court, you can't depose a non-party. So that's why he wants to talk off the record.
Of course. He doesn't want any of this on the record. Because wait till you see the new song. This song is so good. We're almost there. We're at 463, guys. Come on. Get the audience in here. But separate and apart from that problem, Mr. Eckert also failed to comply with Rule 49. As to Mr. Maricini, because he has failed to provide valid contact information for the witness, including his current address. Oh my God, why does this guy want his address so badly? This is so bullshit.
Bullshit.
The purpose of requiring that information is self-explanatory. Rule 49 requires the disclosure of witness contact information to permit an opposing party to contact the witness, interview him or her, and serve the witness with legal process such as a deposition subpoena if the witness refuses to communicate voluntarily. He has been in contact with Mike's attorney, and Mike's attorney has Mike's address, and Mike's attorney can accept any service. He does not need to give Laura's lawyer his address, his home address, where his wife and child live. How ridiculous. You know, he's not going to give his stalker his address. No, no, no. That's absurd. Here, shortly after receiving Mr. Eckert's disclosures identifying Mr. Gillespie, Maricini, and Matt as expected trial witnesses... 10 more. 10 more and we get the video. Undersigned counsel attempted to contact each witness to determine what relevant information, if any, each had. The only contact information provided for Mr. Matt was an attorney in San Francisco named Ms. Ford. To date, undersigned counsel has been unable to reach her despite calling her several times and has received no response from her. Oh well. Them's the breaks, I guess. As for Mr. Maricini, the only contact information provided was that of an attorney in California. Oh, 504. All right, we're here. We are here now. Wait, what timestamp am I at here? 1431. Remember that, Brad. Can you remember that? Brad, can you remember 1431?
Yep, easy.
All right. Video file. All right, guys. So this this is a new song that has been submitted to us by Frank. And then I collaborated with Frank, and I did a... Oh, no, Brad had to take a phone call. Brad has to be able to hear this. I can't play it until Brad is off the phone. Brad's on the phone. Darn it. So here's the thing. How did we go to 504 and now we're back down to 493? I don't believe you people. Somebody's fudging the numbers. Okay, this video is so funny. So Frank... one of our viewers sent me this new song that he made on Suno, and then I expanded it, and then I made a video for it, and it's probably my most favorite thing that I've ever done. We may have to play it twice so that Brad doesn't miss out. Okay, here it comes. Ready?
Would Nick, do you wanna have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you wanna have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras. Okay, bye. Do you wanna have a phone call? Or go out to lunch in the garden? I think a phone call is overdue. I've started talking to the blog on the internet. Hang in there, Laura Owens. It gets a little messy, all this fake evidence. Just watching the hours tick by. Gingras, please, I know you're in the office. People are asking why I'm still on the case. They say I'm a DCanoe, and I'm an idiot. I'm in my office, just give me a call. We only need a phone call. It's about the case, what are we gonna do? Do you want to have a phone call? Do you wanna have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you wanna have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras. Okay, bye. But don't forget, I could have you arrested with the cops. Don't avoid me like some kind of snob. You'll regret it if you do. Don't say I
What do you think?
Oh, it was great. I like one of that last image right there with him and his like half bike. He's standing there. It's only the front part with the handlebars.
I know. I love it. He's all sad. I made all of these images today on Bing. Listen, okay, I don't get through my emails, and a lot of you have been sending me songs, and like I'll be honest, I haven't clicked on a lot of them. But for whatever reason, I clicked on Frank's this morning, and I ran to my computer. I did not walk. I ran to my computer to make this video and to extend the song and add a verse. This is one of the greatest things. I want to play it again from the beginning because, Brad, you were on the phone and you missed the beginning.
I missed the beginning.
We have to play it again for Brad.
Nick, do you wanna have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you wanna have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras. Okay,
Gingras. AI thinks his name is Gingras.
Or go out to lunch in the garden. I think a phone call is overdue.
Snowman.
I've started talking to the blog on the internet. Hang in there, Laura Owens. It gets a little messy, all this fake evidence. Just watching the hours tick by. Gingras, please, I know you're in the office. People are asking why I'm still on the case. They say I'm a douche-canoe, and I'm an idiot.
I think this is where you came back to it, so you saw the rest. I mean, OMG. Frank, thank you so much for inspiring me to do that today, because I was like, oh my God, this is a hit. It's a hit.
Where is it? There it is. We need this with the caption of I still don't see the evidence.
Show me where she lied. Show me. Show me. Oh my God. I don't know how to say his name, actually. Is it Gingras or Gingras? It could be Gingras. We've never heard him say his name.
Don't get a GIF and GIF argument. We'll break the internet.
All right, so actually, some of you in the chat were just asking me, are there any What the Hails updates? Yes, the answer is yes. But I am not at liberty to give you that update until after Jeremy's going to upload his video tomorrow night at 5:30. Stay tuned on What the Hails, because there is huge news in that case. Huge news coming down from the huge news coming down from the appellate court. You remember that a motion to remove Judge DeThomasis, the grudge judge, was filed. Well, we now have word from the appellate court. They are asking for something. They are, and I think I can say what it is. They're asking for show cause. And you know what that means? That means they're asking Lynette to show cause why they shouldn't remove him. You know what this means? Do you know what this means, Brad?
That they're actually investigating it, not just turning it around.
Oh, it's better than that. They're sharpening the knives, is what this means. This is the appellate court is getting ready to hack off the judge's head. and they are saying, they're giving Lynette the chance to respond, to say, why shouldn't we remove him? It sure seems like we should remove him. So if you want to hear Jeremy Hales read that motion, or the show cause order that came from the appellate court, he's going to be updating that tomorrow. He's filming it tonight, and it will be debuting at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow on his channel. And then after that, I will certainly go live, not tomorrow night, but my next live, I will read it. Also, I have there may be more Judge Grudge footage of another case that Jeremy's attorneys are involved in, that we might be able to get, where I hear there's some more fireworks going on. So I may have more Judge Grudge to watch. All right, those of you who want this video that we were just watching, If you want to have this access to this video, you're going to have to join my locals, meganfox.locals.com. That is where I am uploading all of these music videos, and I will have them available for download if you want to download them. I just haven't figured out where to put them yet. Maybe a Google Drive? I don't know. Brad, help me figure out where to put them for download, okay?
Sure.
All right. We'll let it play a little bit.
Just watching the hours tick by. Gingras, please, I know you're in the office. People are asking why I'm still on the case. They say I'm a DCanoe, and I'm an idiot. I'm in my office, just give me a call. We only need a phone call. It's about the case, what are we gonna do? Do you want to have a phone call? Do you want to have a phone call? Come on and call me, I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras.
Go
Okay,
away.
bye. But don't forget, I could have you arrested with the cops. Don't avoid me like some kind of snob. You'll regret it if you do. Don't say I ever threatened you. Do you wanna have a phone call? Just say you'll talk to me. I'm really just a lonely guy, and I need to make you see. Okay, bye.
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. So perfect. Miss Pollock was counsel of record for Mr. Maricini during Oh, the it part started of the at the right restraining order spot. litigation.
All right, I'll be
Undersigned
back.
counsel contacted Miss Pollock to ask about Mr. Maricini's expected trial testimony. In response, Miss Pollock indicated Mr. Maricini was not going to testify at trial, and she refused to make him available for either an informal or interview or deposition. Well, maybe he changed his mind. So she wrote him and said, my client will not be testifying. Okay. Such gamesmanship by Mr. Eckert has no place in this proceeding. His conduct in refusing to disclose the substance of expected testimony from Mr. Gillespie, Maricini, and Matt, and refusing to provide accurate contact information from Mr. Maricini, where subpoenas could be served, leads to only one result. They are not permitted to testify at trial due to Mr. Eckert's violation of the disclosure rules. Rules attempt to change a culture of advocacy in which hiding the P has too frequently been the objective. The underlying principle of our disclosure rules is the avoidance of undue delay or surprise. I don't think it's Mr. Eckert's counsel trying to delay this case, do you? The object of discovery is to assist the search for truth by providing the parties with all evidence possible so that the crucial facts may be presented at trial and a just decision made. Mr. Eckert has not complied with the rules. He has thumbed his nose at them and at Ms. Owens' right to a fair proceeding. If Mr. Eckert truly believed his witnesses had relevant information to share, he was required to disclose that information in a timely manner and thereby provide Ms. Owens with a fair opportunity to interview and or depose each witness in order to learn what they have to say. He can depose them. He just needs to send a subpoena, and he's lying when he says he can't subpoena them. He's got Randy Sue's address. He can serve her with the subpoena for her client. Rather than complying with his disclosure duties, Mr. Eckert appears to have actively and intentionally thwarted Miss Owens' rights under the rules. The result is that each witness must be precluded from testifying at trial. Where a party fails to timely disclose information, the court may issue an order prohibiting the disobedient party from supporting or opposing designated arguments or from introducing designated matters and evidence. The testimony of Gillespie, Maricini, and Matt is not admissible. There is no dispute evidence of other acts is not admissible to show the same act probably occurred here. Thus, there is no dispute it would be improper to permit 3 of Miss Owens' ex-boyfriends to testify. She did the same thing to me in the past, therefore she likely did the same thing to Mr. Eckert. That point of law is so clear, Mr. Eckert makes no attempt to challenge it. Instead, Mr. Eckert argues, the disputed testimony is admissible under the exception, because it is offered solely to show things such as motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan. Certainly does allow evidence that fits into those. Although Rule 404 certainly does allow evidence that fits into those categories, Mr. Eckert completely fails to show the challenged evidence actually fits into any of these categories. I.e., the fact that Miss Owens had a conflict with a past boyfriend shows she had a motive of some kind in this case. A motive to what? To be unhappy again? No. The fact that she faked pregnancies shows she has a motive and also a plan to continue to fake pregnancies over and over again to get what she wants. Mr. Eckert makes no effort to answer that question. Perhaps because he knows the evidence of Miss Owens' past relationships does not remotely fit into any of the categories of Rule 404B. Yeah, it does, though. This is particularly true given there are few, if any, similarities between the facts of this case. And the facts, you know what this motion is missing? It's missing some Trump.
You are fake news.
Where is the Trump derangement syndrome?
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
I'm missing that. I think we need more Trump. More Trump.
Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and...
I'm very disappointed in David Dingus's DCanoe Esquire's bad attempts here at writing this motion without using any digs at Trump at all. That's just some...
bullshit.
Yep, thank you, Mr. President. Indeed. As it relates to Matt, identified as MM in Mr. Eckert's brief, there is literally no explanation of any kind regarding what, if anything, Mr. M plans to say. Mr. Eckert makes no attempt at all to explain how Mr. Matt's testimony, whichever it may be, could somehow establish a motive or plan on the part of Miss Owens in her one-night relationship with Mr. Eckert. There's literally no explanation of that issue at all. Similarly, to the extent Mr. Eckert discusses the expected trial testimony of Mr. Maricini in a bit more detail, he completely overlooks these key points. The facts and circumstances of the relationship between Miss Owens and Mr. Maricini were completely different from the one-night relationship Miss Owens had with Mr. Eckert. Miss Owens dated Mr. Maricini for nearly 2 years. Can you imagine being stuck with her for 2 years? Whereas she never actually dated Mr. Eckert at all. Miss Owens and Mr. Maricini traveled around the world together, paid for primarily by Miss Owens, something that did not happen with Mr. Eckert. Yeah, because he wouldn't have it. He refused to speak to her. Miss Owens claimed she was pregnant with Mr. Maricini, and then she terminated the pregnancy via a voluntary medical abortion. Facts not present in this case. Those facts are really not present in Mike's case, though, either, because we haven't seen any documentation that looks legitimate in that case. Miss Owens claimed Mr. Maricini physically, DV'd her later in the relationship, a fact not present in this case. But I beg to differ. She did take out a DV harassment order against Clayton Eckert. Oh, yes, she did. A DV order of protection. Claimed that he was going to harm her and her babies. So shut up, because you're absolutely wrong.
Wrong. You are fake news.
The only litigation between Ms. Owens and Mr. Maricini involved matters of DV. There was no paternity establishment litigation because Ms. Owens never claimed to have maintained the pregnancy and never sought to have Mr. Maricini declared the father. Facts not present in this case. Never claimed to have maintained the pregnancy? Yes, she did. I've read all the texts. Yes, she did. In short, far from showing a pattern of highly similar conduct, the facts and circumstances of the relationship between Mr. Maricini and Ms. Owens show exactly the opposite. No, it doesn't. It shows exactly the same thing. The details from the past bear little, if any, resemblance to the facts of this case. other than the fact both matters involve Miss Owens and both involve short-lived pregnancies, which ended for entirely different reasons. They ended because they never existed. They didn't exist. Fake babies. This is why Mr. Maricini's testimony is so clearly improper, because it is not being offered for any admissible purpose under Rule 404b2. It's being offered solely for the purpose prohibited by Rule 404b1. Rejecting argument defendant's fraudulent intent in 2006 can be inferred because defendant engaged in many other fraudulent acts over the years with other people. The court sustains defendant's objection to this evidence. This evidence is improper propensity evidence. It is not habit evidence under Rule of Evidence 406. Rule of Evidence 404b1 provides that evidence of other crimes, wrongs, or acts is not admissible to prove the character of a person in order to show action in conformity therewith. The conduct does not meet the Rule 404b2 exception because it doesn't establish any of the permitted uses. Evidence of prior bad acts would be excluded. Well, I think it does show a pattern. I think it does show motive. I think it shows absence of mistake and other things. Fundamentally, Mr. Eckerd's goal here could not be any clearer. He's trying to use evidence of what he claims happened in Ms. Owens' past relationships for one reason: to help convince this court the same thing happened here. To allow such inflammatory and irrelevant evidence in a case constitute, that's a typo. An irrelevant evidence in a case like this, I think he means to put in there, would constitute reversible error as a matter of law. Explaining the admission of extensive other act testimony, with no limit on extraneous and unduly prejudicial facts, allowed the state to luxuriate in inflammatory detail and resulted in reversible error. And he's quoting other case law. Here is the proponent of the disputed evidence. Mr. Eckerd bears the burden of showing the evidence is admissible. He has failed to meet that burden because the only purpose of the evidence is to show Ms. Owens has engaged in other acts in the past, and therefore she likely did the same thing here. This evidence is per se inadmissible under Rule 404b, and it must be excluded. On page 7 of his brief, Mr. Eckerd briefly mentions in a report from an expert named John Berryhill, which purportedly involved thousands of pages of text messages exchanged between Ms. Owens and Mr. Maricini during...
All right, this is where I get really pissed off. And Megan might be listening in the background or not, but this is where I think he really shows his how furious he is about the community raising money for this report. Because he says thousands of pages of text messages. If you think right now about any relationship that you've had that's gone on longer than 2 years.
I'm here.
Oh, hi. If you think of a relationship that you've had for 2 years and how many text messages you send back and forth and then say, we're going to print all of that off into a PDF, how long do you think it'd be? Probably thousands of pages, especially with someone who texts as much as Laura. And he's like, oh, well, this is sandbagging because it's 3 days before the close of discovery. No, it's not. Sandbagging would be coming to trial with a stack of papers and go, here's the evidence that we want to bring in. They're like, no, that's way too late.
Yeah, it's literally within the rules.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's
sorry.
like, you're playing by the rules and that's unfair. It's like, wait, what? How in the world does that even make sense at all? Now, there is one thing that I would say that might tank this, and that's because I don't know what was actually submitted between the parties, but the report that John made is great, but it may not have been the actual Cellbrite extraction or information about the Cellbrite extraction for anyone who doesn't know computers. Cellbrite is the tool that was used.
Wait, don't tell him. He might not know that. Shut up.
Okay.
Don't give him.
It's
any
in the
ideas.
report, so it's not like it's that.
Well, he might not have thought of that. Everyone pretend you didn't hear that. Moving
Anyway,
on.
it's dumb.
The time they dated in San Francisco between 2016 and 2017. These alleged text messages, covering nearly 2,500 pages, were disclosed by Mr. Eckert just 3 days before the close of discovery, and none of the underlying data supported Mr. Berryhill's analysis has been disclosed, as is required by Rule 49. Mr. Eckert offers no evidence or explanation regarding, sir, why this voluminous information was not disclosed in a timely manner. Well, because he just turned it over. That's why. It's new evidence. Similarly, Mr. Eckert offers nothing to authenticate any of these messages as required by... what? John Berryhill authenticated it. For these reasons, and based on yet another instance of improper sandbagging by Mr. Eckert, Miss Owens intends to separately seek exclusion of Mr. Berryhill's report. Of course she does. And the messages appended thereto. Since this evidence was not timely disclosed and still has not been fully disclosed, Miss Owens will offer no response other than to say the allegations about what Mr. Berryhill's report says are disputed and have not been independently investigated or verified. Well, you have the right to do that, though. For all the reasons stated above, the court should issue an order precluding Mr. Eckert from calling Greg Gillespie, Michael Maricini, and or Matt as trial witnesses. Oh God, another declaration. Oh, a declaration of Laura Owens. I can't even. No.
Don't do it.
Emotional damage.
I hate reading her declarations. Oh my God. You people better send super thanks for this because dang, I hate reading this. Hold on.
I, Laura Owens, declare as follows. I make all of the statements herein of my own personal knowledge, except as to those matters stated on information and belief, and as to those matters, I believe them to be true, and if called as a witness, could and would testify competently thereto. History of relationship. Mr. Maricini and I were romantically involved from March 2016 until fall of 2017, contrary to what he alleges in his declaration filed on January 22, 2018. We did not stop dating in March of 2017. I met Mr. Maricini in March 2016 through the League.
Somebody needs to alert the League that Laura Owens is on their app site. Any of you who are on the dating app, the League, better tell somebody.
A dating app for professionals that matches people together based on their LinkedIn and Facebook profiles.
How is she a professional? A professional what? A professional what? I'm not going to answer my own question.
His profile said that he was in real estate development and that he went to California Polytechnic Institute. Screenshots of Mr. Maricini's profile from the League taken April 26th, 2016. He asked me out to dinner and I accepted. Initially, Mr. Maricini was very charming. In the early months of our relationship, we saw each other often and seemed to have a lot in common. Mr. Maricini showed interest in my career. I am the CEO of Quartet Farms, a company that buys and sells show horses.
Daddy made me a CEO.
He talked about his own career ambitions and said he was a real estate developer and that he had his real estate license. He also frequently talked about his many job offers at big development firms. I wanted to be with someone who was career-oriented like I am, and I thought we were a good match. We talked about my love for animals and animal welfare and that ugly little dog I had that he liked to kick all the time, which he also claimed to care deeply about. He also often talked about his alleged relationships with celebrities. He liked that my father, Ron Owens, is a famous local talk show host. I was excited at the prospect of meeting celebrities.
By the way, I just have to say that I have read the text messages between Laura and Mike, And while I'm not going to disclose them at this time, I will say that I did not see any of this. I didn't see Mike getting all worked up about celebrities, but I did see Laura dangling her father's celebrity in front of him all the time and using her father's connections to keep him on the hook.
Buying him basketball game tickets.
I did see that.
Getting, special boxes that they get to sit in.
I gotta go. I will do part 2 of this in a bit because I just realized it's almost time for me to get hangry to the baseball game. So we'll have to finish this at another time. God, I hope they cancel it. It's been raining all day. Are they really going to make me go sit on a wet baseball field in the rain?
Yep, they did.
Is that what we're going to do?
They did. They didn't cancel it.
Pray for me.
They didn't cancel it.
All right. I'll see you guys. I guess I'll leave you with a song. Why not?
Ooh, another song?
Which one should I play? Which one should I play?
All right. I'll upload that later.
Perjury.
I'll upload that later, and then you can see what song I chose. But I want to, before I have to go, which is very shortly, because I have a massage. So send cash apps, people, so I have money to pay her with. That would be great. We're gonna read the email, the cease and desist that she sent to Meg. Hold on, let me pull that up. This is so crazy, and I'm so left out. How come I don't get one of these?
You got too many
connections. I really
connections.
don't understand it. I don't understand it. Is she signaling that she's not going to sue me? I don't get it. All right. I need the voice.
Reddit voice.
Meg, I follow your playlist on Owens v. Eckerd with increasing concern. Your most recent video titled "Faking a Pregnancy is Easy When You Have Zoom Court" stands out for its particularly harmful assertions.
By the way, I just started watching that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. What the fuck, Rumble? You know what? Seriously, I swear to God, there's all these bots on my Rumble chat. Stop botting me on Rumble. Like, there's like two normal people in there and a bunch of bots. Like, what the fuck, Rumble? I'm going to have to complain to someone. Like, I've had to boot 10 of them now. And it's pissing me off. I feel bad for my Rumble peeps over there. Sorry, guys. You're over there in the Rumble ghetto, and Rumble apparently doesn't care to keep the bots off. But they're, like, posting ridiculous... God, these olives are good. Very tasty.
Focus, Megan, focus.
I can't. What
you
was I
didn't
doing?
take your meds this morning, did you?
I did, but I took them late. I'm sorry. All right. Where was I? Oh, I was saying that I was watching Meg's Crime Watch. Her faking a pregnancy is easy when you have Zoom court. It is an amazing video. It's so good. She not only plays the court proceedings, but then like goes to the evidence in the middle of it that they're talking about. It's so good, you guys. Go and watch that. It's fantastic. All right, continue.
As this title and the content are shut that dog up. Just kidding. And the content are categorically untrue and damaging. It's evident that these distortions are designed to boost views and monetization, but at a cost to the truth and to my personal reputation.
Oh my God, what reputation is that? What is Laura Owens' reputation? By her own doing, by her own hand, her reputation is a woman who tricks men into believing that she is pregnant. That's your reputation, Laura, because you did it to 4 guys that we know of.
And gets 5th place at horse shows.
And also, right. All right, so it looks like Rumble chat is fixing itself. Neat Scholar says, I'm kind of tempted to post a fake bot post just for trolling, but I'm worried I would get accidentally banned in the crossfire. Oh, you would absolutely get banned. I'm in a banning kind of mood. Steve Wand is on his way out forever. Goodbye, Steve. I don't know who these people are. It's so weird. Huh. And some of them I can't mute. I don't know why. All right. Anyway, what happened to Brad? Where did Brad go? He might be on the phone.
Moving on without Brad. The implication that I exploited remote proceedings to fabricate a pregnancy is grossly inaccurate. Although the hearing you show in that video was indeed via Zoom. I was physically present in court the very next day with Clayton, in clear view of him and others. This fact was completely overlooked in your coverage.
Yeah, we saw that. Well, it was not overlooked. She just hasn't gotten to it yet. She's going to do part 2. It was only part 1. And we saw that footage of her in the stripy shirt, looking seriously stuffed.
Attached is an expert report from Dr. Mike Medchill, a respected obstetrician who has delivered over 22,000 babies. His report confirms my pregnancy and directly disputes the baseless claims you've aired.
No, he does not confirm your pregnancy because he never examined you while you were allegedly pregnant. His report is absolute garbage. His report is paid for bullshit.
Bullshit.
And we don't believe it. And we don't have to. Because expert reports are garbage. It's all, whatever you pay for, that's what you get. All right.
While you are free to voice your opinions, crossing into defamation under the pretense of discussion or commentary is unacceptable. The content you've produced strays far from responsible journalism and ventures into legal liability. I urge you to retract the false statements and delete videos or correct the misinformation immediately. If these issues are not resolved promptly, be advised that my attorney is prepared to pursue legal action against all parties who have perpetuated or profited from these falsehoods. All the best! Laura Owens. All the best!
Good Lord. Is she kidding? The thing that some of you haven't seen, that I have seen because I've seen actual emails from Laura, is that this thing down here is actually a GIF. It moves between all these photos of her jumping a horse, on the podcast, doing a TED Talk. It's a video, you guys. It's a video signature. Also, all of this stuff here where she says, my attorney is prepared to pursue legal action. If this was real, she would have had her attorney write it. I wonder if she's running out of money to have him do stuff. Because why didn't she have him write this? Why did she write it herself? It's interesting to me that she didn't have him do it. Or maybe Dingus went out of town. This is what I call client control problems. She's definitely having client control problems. Brad had to go into a meeting. Boo, hiss, work. All right, guys. Let's get to the super chats and then I'm out of here because I got to go get my massage. Kat Finwall, thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Joanne, this is definitely worth breadsticks. Yeah, the new song. I love it. My favorite is still having the babies. Yeah. Sarah Adams, happy early birthday, by the way, Sarah. Laura lies in the morning, evening, and supper. I can't argue with that. And thanks for the $1.99. Says JD's LinkedIn profile says that she's a songwriter. Oh, a songwriter. Okay. God, Rumble bots are killing me today. So many bots. I can't even keep up. Holy crap. Ellie, I need to make you a mod over there, but it's like a whole it's a whole process that I have to like go into Rumble Studio and like do all this stuff. It's so dumb. All right, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I'm going to leave you with our new song, of course, the new song, because I can't get enough of it. I love this song so much. Do you want to have a phone call? This is a parody of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? This was done by me and one of our listeners named Frank. And I personally think it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Do you want to have a phone call?
Nick, do you want to have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you wanna have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras. Okay, bye. Do you wanna have a phone call? Or go out to lunch in the garden? I think a phone call is overdue. I've started talking to the blog on the internet. Hang in there, Laura Owens. It gets a little messy, all this fake evidence. Just watching the hours tick by. Gingras, please, I know you're in the office. People are asking why I'm still on the case. They say I'm a DCanoe, and I'm an idiot. I'm in my office, just give me a call. We only need a phone call. It's about the case, what are we gonna do? Do you want to have a phone call? Do you want to have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gingras. Okay, bye. But don't forget